Within a month, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu will face re-election, but he already has a lot to be confident about. Most importantly, a strong backing from the United States. And the recent controversial decision by the U.S. President Donald Trump that Washington considers Jerusalem al-Quds as the capital of Israel was undoubtedly America's strongest expression of such support.
Mr. Trump said something that is so self-evident. He said that the government, the seat of government of Israel is in Jerusalem. The Knesset, our parliament, is in Jerusalem. The judiciary, the Supreme Court, is in Jerusalem. You know that's not going to change. You know that Jerusalem is the capital of Israel under any deal, ultimate or not. Everybody understands, with a deal, without a deal, Jerusalem is Israel's capital, and therefore it makes sense also to move the American embassy there.
He does feel emboldened. The fact that an American president has recognized Jerusalem as the capital of Israel and has nothing to say about settlement building, nothing to say about whether he favors a one-state or a two-state solution, but an administration which has a lot to say in terms of punishing the Palestinian side, whether it is through cutting funds, blaming them for the lack of peace, or even cutting the funding for the refugees through UNRWA.
Trump's recognition of Jerusalem al-Quds as the capital of Israel has not been free from costs. Reports say that attacks on Israelis by the Palestinians tripled after Trump's controversial announcement. Israel had already said that the announcement had made the situation in the West Bank more precarious, and concerns are now rising that things could sooner or later spiral out of control. Other indications have now appeared that suggest Netanyahu and Trump's team have joined hands to push ahead a hostile agenda against the Palestinians. The U.S. ambassador to Israel, David Friedman, in a recent tweet message, accused the Palestinian Authority of supporting attacks by the Palestinians against Israelis. Friedman's message provoked an immediate reaction from the Palestinians. The Palestinian Foreign Ministry, in a statement, said such positions reflect the prejudiced and selective attitude towards the occupation, settlement construction, and the just and legitimate national rights of the Palestinians. But Netanyahu's praised Friedman's message, which, he said, reflected the truth.
The reality is, and anyone with any who conducts an objective assessment of the situation can only come to the conclusion that Israel has made the two-state solution impossible. The last nail in the coffin of it was the announcement that Trump made about Jerusalem and the continued settlement announcements. The Israelis say they don't want a one-state solution. They don't want a two-state solution. What they want is surrender from the Palestinian side. They effectively want to give the Palestinian leader, whether it's Abbas or whoever follows him, a blank piece of paper that he or she signs, and they fill in the rest. And that is not going to happen.
Criticisms are now emerging that the Trump administration is being biased against the Palestinians in favor of the Israelis. In light of this, there is little chance for any improvement in the plight of the Palestinians, caused as a result of the atrocities by the Israelis. And to the same effect, hopes for a two-state solution are gradually dying in light of America's support for the Israelis and the disfavor towards the Palestinians.
The question of the two-state solution has been around for decades. Yes, the American administration now says that it isn't particularly wedded to it, but it hasn't told us what it thinks its own proposal for peace might look like. There is difficulty for everyone else, because whether you take the European Union or the Palestinian Authority itself, they are still hanging the possibilities for peace on the two-state solution.
The world was shocked to see Trump reveal his strong support for the Israelis through his Jerusalem al-Quds move. That will not be America's last gesture of bias in favor of the Israelis, and many are already worried that he would maintain his bias in further similar moves. This could give the impression to many that even the worst plots jointly devised by the Israelis and the Americans against the Palestinians could already be on the way.